My name is Rachel Heavner. I'm from Berkeley, California, and I'm getting my master's degree in international educational development with a concentration in bilingual bicultural education. My parents chose to send me to a bilingual French-American school in Berkeley. From pre-kindergarten through 8th grade, I was learning in both French and English simultaneously. I had French teachers half the time. Many of them were from French-speaking Africa. So that really gave me an international outlook and an international perspective, and I think I always saw things more on a global level. This awareness I had of different cultures that was so valuable, and I was able to see things through other people's perspectives in a way that many people aren't able to do. And I think I kind of had this desire to spread, to help other people gain that kind of perspective. And that led me to learn by doing, so I went to go teach in Tanzania. I actually was really lucky. I found a teacher training college that was looking for a teacher, and they offered to put me up in exchange for me working at the school and kind of helping at the school. So I was there for 9 months living with a family. It was a really rewarding experience, and while I was over there I realized this is really what I wanted to do with my life, so I applied to Teachers College, and that led me to this program. That was about 5 years after I graduated from Skidmore. Right after Skidmore, I was working at a nonprofit publishing company called Hesperian Books, and what they do is they specialize in health manuals. They distribute mostly to Peace Corps volunteers. There's the most famous book. It's called Where There Is No Doctor, and it's a health guide for people living in other countries on how to deal with certain health issues if you don't have a doctor nearby. I was helping them with a series called Helping Vulnerable Children. These books are used all around the world, so we had to have examples from many, many different cultures, as many as possible, and we had to have reviewers from 6 different continents who could approve the content and make sure it was culturally sensitive and culturally relevant in many different places. So right off the bat, I was kind of doing internationally focused, and that was education focused as well. And I chose Teachers College largely because it actually has the founding program in international educational development. It was the first to ever have that program. I felt it really had the history and experience that would be really valuable in the fields. And also there's a few professors here I really wanted to work with. Leslie Bartlett stood out as one of them because she had done research and work in Tanzania. Being in New York really allowed me to do some really interesting internships while I was at Teachers College. And my favorite was probably at the Sesame workshop, which is the nonprofit behind Sesame Street. I was working in their global education department for the summer, and what I was doing was creating content for a program they were doing with a company called World Reader, and they've just developed this World Reader mobile program that allows you to download books to your cell phone. So people in Africa with these standard 2G cell phones can receive access to thousands of books through this library, World Reader Mobile Library, and Sesame was donating a series of storybooks and teaching materials to the program, and I was actually designing them. So I would take pictures of Elmo and write these little stories that were it would help with literacy development, math development, and health awareness, in line with the curriculum for the Nigeria program of Sesame Street, which is called Sesame Square. It's been very positive. I really had a lot of professors who I really enjoyed immensely. They're really good at creating interactive classrooms and really finding a balance between lecture and student participation. I think Teachers College is very heavily student-focused because of the progressive education it kind of pushes. One of my favorites was actually with Leslie Bartlett, which was a curriculum design and international context course. And what we did, we each got to choose an organization and a project, and working in groups, we created curriculum and materials for a specific project they were working on. What's next for me is I'm moving back to the Bay Area, to the San Francisco Bay Area, and looking for work in international education program development. I want to be designing curricula, designing programs, making sure they're efficient, kind of doing program operations work. Part of my interest in international education stems from education's ability to really create change. I think so much of conflict is based on misunderstanding, and I think education really provides an opportunity for students to kind of understand someone they might perceive as an enemy, their perspective on the world and where they're coming from, and that the people they think of as enemy might actually have a lot in common with them. Everyone kind of struggles. Everyone has different things. You know, we have access to different opportunities and whatnot, but you know, we're all fundamentally human, and I think understanding that and seeing that, you know, we all just want to survive and we all want to be happy kind of is really valuable, and education has the power to kind of teach that and show that to people. So.